Is what you're looking for looking for you? What's going on, y'all? It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie Connor, best-selling author and empowerment speaker. I really believe that you can't live an outstanding life if you're not willing to stand out. And it comes from that whole place. You can't get anything different if you won't do something different. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Doing the same old thing, expecting a different result. Means straight up crazy. It means straight up insane. Nothing new is going to come of it. And so I believe it really gets us to the place of, am I becoming what I'm looking for? I want you to think about that for a minute. You know, you want to get to a greater level of success. You want to build your business. You want to scale your business. You want to have healthier relationships, more fruitful, more prosperous relationships. You want to have greater emotional intelligence and development and sustainability and relatability. And I think it all really speaks to the whole aspect. What am I doing each and every single day to become the type of person that attracts what it is that I desire to have? What are my rules and regulations and principles that I live by in order to, as scripture says, be fruitful and to multiply? What is the life that I am creating for myself, my space and my place of where it is and who it is that I am? And when you think about that, think about this. You were created to create. Yeah, you weren't just created just to twiddle your thumbs. You weren't just created to scroll on social media. You weren't just created to be a socialite. You were created to create something that can change the world. Could it be that you have not necessarily tapped into the power of your identity, but you're now living identity-less? You have an identity crisis simply because too often times we're trying to fit in where we don't belong. We're looking to compete and we're looking to compare. We're not collaborating. And as a result, a comparison always becomes the thief of joy. Comparison robs us of what it is that we can become. You are not a human doing, you are a human being. And so many times we focus on what we're doing, but we're not focused on what we're becoming and who we're becoming. I've got to become so that I can receive what it is that I desire to have. It's not just going to happen by osmosis. I'm going to have to put in the work each and every single day. I'm going to have to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to have to engage in the fierce urgency of now. I'm going to have to engage myself in the sweat equity of the reading, of the studying, of the developing, of listening to other great minds who are where I want to be. You know, it's hard to take constructive criticism from people who have never constructed anything. You got to be around people who pour into you. You've got to be, as I said before, fruitful and multiply. Well, what does it mean to be fruitful? What is being fruitful all about? When you think about a fruit, whatever it is, an orange, whether you think about an apple, whatever the case may be, it is a living organism whose seed is in itself. Heard somebody make a quote, said that, rambled off a quote, and they talked about a human being. Any human being can count the number of seeds in an apple, but only God can count the number of trees in a seed. Once you think about that, any human being can count the number of seeds in an apple, but only God can count the number of trees in a seed. There's a seed that's on the inside of you that in many cases, are you watering it? Are you developing it? Are you honing it? Are you like a farmer that is cultivating the seeds of strength, the seeds of empowerment, the seed to develop that book, the seed for that business, the seed for that relationship, the seed for the mindset of what it is that's going to take you from the valley to the mountaintop and keep you on top? Right? What am I doing to cultivate the strength of the seed of what it is that I have to be fruitful and to multiply, not to just add? Not to allow people to divide you from your destiny, not allow people to subtract you from success and subtract the substantive development of what it is that God has placed on the inside of you. Time for you to go for it, right? It's time for you to recognize I am becoming what it is that I'm looking for. If you're looking for success, if you're looking for strength, if you're looking for love, if you're looking for the peace, I'm telling you, it's not just on the outside. It is on the inside. The other day I was looking for my glasses. Guess what? They were on my face. I was looking for my phone. It was on my ear. I was looking for my watch. It was on my wrist. I was looking for my keys and they were in my hand. I say all that to say because so many times we are looking for what we already have, right? What we're looking for is looking for us when we become what it is that we desire to have. So what is it? I have to press past all of the negative habits. I have to press past all of the toxic trauma and the triggers of what it is that I have been through. I have to press through all the reasons why it won't work. And I have to think about why it will work. Bruce Lee said, I'm not afraid of the man who has 10,000 different kicks. I'm afraid of the man who's developed one kick 10,000 times. I'm afraid of the man who has developed one kick and practiced it 10,000 times. What are you doing to be consistent? What are you doing to be persistent and to develop it over and over and over and over again? As Malcolm Gladwell mentioned in his book, Outliers, it takes 5 to 7 years to be the greatest at what you do. How are you developing, quote unquote, that kick? That one thing that you do 10,000 times, that one thing that you do 5 to 7 years over and over again. Listen, 5 to 7 years is going to pass anyway. You might as well do the work that it takes so that once those 5 to 7 years arrive, listen, you'll look back at the day that you started and you're grateful and you're thankful because you put in the sweat equity, you put in the work to where now what I was looking for starts looking for me. I don't know if you've ever been there, and I've heard these words a time or two, a time or 10, when I'm at an event, when I'm speaking, whatever the case may be, when I'm letting somebody give me some feedback on a book that I've written. And they say to me, where have you been all this time? Why? Because here it is. You are the answer to a problem. You are the solution to a struggle. And when you become what it is that you have been designed to become, when you step into the power of your identity and you hone your craft, right? And you make no apologies for your greatness, and you don't try to hide, and you don't try to fit in when you were born to stand out, because you understand this. If I'm going to live an outstanding life, I gotta stand out. When I'm willing to do something different, when I'm willing to go against the grain, right? When I'm willing to beeline my own life and go the opposite way, because I understand that the road, in many cases, less traveled, is a road that's going to take you to greatness. Right? What are you doing every single day to stir up that gift, to hone it, to where somebody says to you, where have you been all this time? When they read your book, where have you been all this time? When they step into your business, online or brick and mortar, where have you been all this time? When you step on the stage to speak and you blaze the stage, I'm going to say to you, where have you been all this time? When you release that CD, when you develop that online marketing program, when you release your course, when you now release your digital product, right? When you start your child care, or your school, or your dance studio, or your community center, somebody's going to thank you for now showing up and showing out, because you became the solution to a problem. You developed the seed to meet the need. Listen, you're a seed on this planet. God saw a need, and he created you to be the seed. So he didn't want you to be like anybody else. That's why he wanted you to understand that you were created to create. Why? Because you come from the Creator. God created the heavens and the earth. Whenever we're introduced to God in Genesis, he's introducing himself to us as a creator. We are created in the image of God. You are created to create. What are you going to create today? That's going to be monumental for your family and your future and your finances. What are you going to create today to where what you're looking for now begins to look for you, because you recognize you're a solution to a problem. You're cultivating a seed to fulfill a need. Step into your place. Step out of the valley and fulfill the void. It's your time to go for it. Go live that outstanding life. Come out of hiding. Come out of the shadows. Come out of the cave. And stand out. Be outstanding. Peace and love, y'all. Listen, comment, like, share, subscribe. If you want to soar into success and greater purpose, check out my academy, theeaglesacademy.com. You know, we're going to kick it again. Peace and love.